next let's take a look at the shooting information screen. And a lot of information is presented here, so let's take a look. When you're ready to shoot, whenever you press that shutter halfway down, this information screen is going to come up. We're in program auto mode over here, my favorite mode again, a really great place to be, full auto, but it lets you do all the adjustments. As soon as I press the shutter down halfway and turn the metering on the camera, you can see that it starts to tell us what the shutter speed is and how many, what the setup on the f-stops is. Now I'm just shooting onto a dark floor here, so we got a really long shutter duration, 1/15 of a second, f5.6. I dialed in a little bit of exposure compensation over here, so we're at a plus 0.7 EV, just slightly bumped up exposure, just to brighten it up a touch, just to show you that that's where it is on the display. If I didn't have any exposure compensation dialed in, there would be nothing there at all. And of course the meter, since it uses batteries, will turn itself off if I lift my finger off of the shutter button for about 7 seconds or so. Bam, all of a sudden that'll go away. Now we have it set on no flash over here for the flash mode, and sometimes you're going to want to do that. A lot of the best creative shots are taken when you have the flash forced off and you're using natural lighting. Here is our exposure compensation, or actually the way that the picture is exposed. You can see it's dialed into 0.7, not quite a full stop in the plus direction over here. That's simple as the compensation symbol. We're at ISO 1600 over here, the sensitivity of the camera. Here's the drive mode, and we're in the multiple shooting, continuous shooting mode where you hold down the shutter and it goes to town and takes a bunch of shots. Next is our autofocus mode, and it's in single shot over here, and that's of course depends on how you're set up. If you're going to be set up for people that are moving in the shot, you want continuous. If you're going to do it the traditional method where you press the button down, it locks, it beeps, and then you follow through, that would be your setting, AFS. Here is our focus points over here. Where is the camera focusing on? And this is the setting for using the entire frame to judge where it's going to focus on. If we had selected a particular spot, it would show a grid over here and which spot was lit up as your focus point. So it tells you what focus mode that you're set in. Here is our exposure mode, the multi-segment, the super intelligent computer-based exposure control out of the Sony, and that does a really tremendously good job. Here's our creative style set here to standard. You could have it set to any one of the other ones and it would show. Our auto white balance, so it shows what mode of white balance we're in over here. Again, the camera's really smart, does a great job of setting the color tone of the picture with the white balance. And here is our digital optimization. Now that is where I would call it slewing or shifting the histogram and the way that the camera exposes from darks to lights. And this is a really great feature for bringing out detail in normally shadowy areas. Experiment with the kind of pictures that you take, and you're going to find that one of these DR modes is going to work for you. Here is the battery. Well, an intelligent display there telling us we have 98% of our battery left. These segments, of course, will go away as the battery depletes itself. Here is our compression setting. I'm using the technical name compression when you could also say the quality setting. But what that really is how much compression is used when it converts the picture into a JPEG and stores it onto the card. When we have a fine setting like this, it uses less compression and results in a higher quality image. Remember, again, I'm going to say it again, buy the biggest card you can afford, the fastest card you can afford, put it in the camera and shoot in the highest quality settings that you can set it at and still get enough pictures for the day. So that's their judge. When you set these two things up, you'll go, well, I need to say shoot 100 pictures today at the wedding. I'm going to set up for a large size and fine compression, fine quality setting, and I'll have a couple hundred pictures I could take, but I know I'll have enough pictures, but I want to set up for the highest quality I can shoot at today, because you're going to shoot the best shot you ever shot one day, and you're going to really kick yourself if you didn't have it on a high quality setting. And here's how many images we have left on the card itself, available on the card. And boy, with today's cards, you can have a tremendous number of images. The only reason to set this down, I shot, say, all of the kids at an elementary school for the yearbook, and they're all going to be 1 inch tall in the book, and they don't have to be very high resolution. You could set this on a lower setting, or medium for the size, or even small. But that would be an odd case, really. You paid for that high resolution, and you may as well shoot with high resolution. The computers can handle it these days, and you're going to see the super quality that Sony's capable of. So there you go. There's all the information on the shooting information screen on the Alpha 200.